so 9.1 is Cartesian plane, coordinate plane, and we're going to now try to add to our knowledge involving relations and functions, and that's where we're heading. So today's topic is relations. Relations, and you know what, let me get my screen up so that I can focus your attention. So what is a relation? A relation is nothing more than a set of ordered pairs. A set of ordered pairs. So I think with the video I talked about an ordered pair. It's a definite order. Our x's always come first and our y's always come second. For the relation, it has to stay that way as well. The first one is always the x. The second one is always the y. Can you have relations apart from this type of math? Yes. Anything that's in pairs is considered a relation. However, everything must be paired up. Everything. So if you had 5 things in pairs and one thing all by itself and no pair, then it would not be a relation. Everything has to have a pair, and the order matters. Just can't say, well, I don't care, I'll put the second one first and the first one second. Can't do that. Okay? And again, for us, we're dealing with x's and y's. The x's are always first, and the y's are always second. So if you look at here, we've got a couple examples. The first one is relation B, and notice everything's paired up. 1 is paired up with 3, 4 is paired up with -1, and 7 is paired up with 5. Okay, we got a relation. Everything's paired up. Notice our relation is put in braces. So I'm sure tomorrow somebody will raise their hand and say, Mr. Scarpy, do we have to have the braces? And I'm going to say, yes, of course you had to have the braces. And you know what? You would have saw the braces on the odd one when you looked it up on the sheets. Just like you would have seen the parentheses on all those odd ones when you looked them up on the sheets. All right? So yeah, you got to have braces. And then within the braces, those pairs are in their parentheses. So that's the situation with the relation. Second one, got -1 with 0, 2 with 4, 3 with 4, and 5 with 7. And that's fine. Everything is paired up. Now, when I start talking about relations, of course, all you guys are too young for this, although Mr. Satterfield talked about it in chapel a couple weeks ago, dating comes to mind. And of course, in God's order, Adam was created first, then of course Eve was created, so that's great. Guy first, then the girl. And so that's the order that we do our relations in. So if you look at relation B, guy 1 is dating girl 3. All right, he's moving up in the world. Guy 4 is dating girl -1. 4, he's not too sharp. Can't get too good of a girl, so he's got to settle for girl -1. And guy 7 is going with girl 5. All right, so yeah, you have a relation, right? That's what we're talking about. Things are paired up. Set K here, guy -1 is dating girl 0. All right, she's a 0, but oh well. Someone's got to date her, thankfully. Matches made in heaven. God's got somebody for you, perhaps. All right, guy 2 is dating girl 4. Guy 3 is also dating girl 4. Girl 4 likes presents and likes, meals out and stuff like that. So this way she gets 2 for the price of 1. And but again, that's fine. 2 is with 4 and 3 is with 4. Now they're not married, they're just dating. So, and 5 is dating 7. Got a relationship. Everything's paired up. Look, if we were to, don't do this in your notes, if there was also then, let's say a 9 and then the brace, and that 9's all by their lonesome. We don't even know if it's a guy or a girl because there's only one number. And there's no order, so we don't know. Is that guy 9 or girl 9? I don't know. All I know is they're all by themselves. Not dating anybody. That would not be a relation. You say, but everybody else is paired up. Yeah, I know, but everyone has to be paired up for it to be a relation. In a relation, everything is paired. Everything. All right, so that would not be because of poor old number 9. Guy or girl, I have no idea. All right, let's move on. Some terminology. All the first elements, right, the x's of the relation form a set by themselves. And we're going to call this set the domain. You may have heard that term when talking about some things on the internet, right? Have you heard about a domain name? Okay. Well, in math, the domain are all the x's. The set of all the x's, all the guys. So if I wanted the domain of set B, of relation B, I've got to list all the guys. Guy 1, guy 4, and guy 7. And of course, I've got to close it with the other brace because it's a set. And sets are put in braces. So the domain is the list of the guys, the set of the guys. Guy 1, guy 4, guy 7. So go ahead and do the domain for set K. Pretty easy. Everything's color-coded. Not hard. Go ahead and list the domain for set K. So we're only listing the guys, right? Guy -1, guy 2, guy 3, and guy 5. And close it with a brace, right? That was an ugly brace. Oh well. Who's really good at their braces? If I take my time, I can make them beautiful. Well, it's kind of looks like Dudley Do-Right. Big forehead, hair, ear. His mouth's a little bit off. Big chin. I don't know. All right. It's like clouds. You might not see it. You know, it's in the eye of the beholder. All right. Well, that's the x's. All the guys, all the x's, form a set called the domain. All the second elements, all the y's, quote unquote, all the girls, form a set called the range. I heard a range out there. Who said that? Who was that? Jordan? I thought it was Jordan. So, how did you know that, Jordan? Oh, okay. All right. I was wondering if you had past knowledge, maybe in 6th grade, because some... You do. All right. Very good. All right. So all the girls are called the range. And so, again, it's pretty simplistic to list the elements of the range. So you're listing all the girls. So the range of relation B or set B is the 3, the -1, the 5. You could put them in order, but a lot of times they'll just put them in the order that you see them. But you got to be careful with the second example. Most people will get this wrong. So why don't you go ahead and try. List the range of set K. List the range of set K. So because of me telling you most people get it wrong, that should give you a hint and should help you to avoid doing what most people would do. All right, somebody raise your hand and tell me what the range is for set K. Mr. Shockey. 0, 4 squared 7. How many agree? Okay. Anybody have anything else? Nick. Just 1 4. 0, 4, and 7. How many agree with Nick? 0, 4, and 7. Oh, you're standing alone, buddy. And of course, we know that the majority is always correct. Did anybody have anything else? 0, 4 squared 7. 0, 4, 7. Ileana.
4.
Say it again.
4.
All right, no 0, just 4, 4, 7. Okay, how many agree with Ileana? 4, 4, 7. It's Ileana. Pamela, are you just going with it because it's Ileana? Okay, because you have a smile on your face. I was just wondering. Is that what you put? 4, 4, 7? Oh, so not going with what you had. You're going with Ileana. 0 means nothing. Okay. All right. Okay. So we've got so far 0, 4 squared, and then 7. We have 4, 4, 7. We have 0, 4, 7. Anything else? Anybody want to go for anything else that you have on your paper? Okay, Jack? No, answer the question. Just answer the question that's being asked. Anybody have anything else besides those 3? Kaylin? Okay, so instead of doing the 4 squared, you went the 4, 4. How many have that? I assume some of you have it that way. Yeah, you were just grouping yourselves in with the squared thought. Okay, so we really have 4 different possibilities here, and one of them is correct. One of those 4. So now it's time to, anybody want to debate why they think the one they're picking is correct? Connor? So say which one? Okay, and why? Okay, all right, so he's going for a logical answer, all right, because he's Connor, and I think, knowing Connor, he's slipping a little dig in there at the same time. Do you think? Is he digging a little? Do you think? Is he sneaking a little subliminal dig in? I don't know. All right, anybody else want to say why you think you're correct, or why you think your choice is correct? Jack? Anybody converting yet? Do we have any conversions? Okay, so let me talk about the relationship K. So relationship K, guy -1 is dating girl 0, guy 2 is dating girl 4, guy 3 is dating girl 4, and guy 5 is dating girl 7. And of course, as the range, we want to list all the girls. Okay, and that's what the domain will list, or the range will list all the girls. So look at what you have and say, are all the girls listed? Did Ileana have all the girls listed? Are you prejudiced against zeros? I mean, poor girl 0, she's really feeling left out. Man, I don't even get included. Yeah, girl 0's got to be included. She's a girl like everybody else. Hey, you can have girl a half. You can have girl 3/4. You could have girl square root of 3. She's a little irrational, but you know, that's the way it goes. You could. Now, by the way, that's actually an irrational number. I don't know if you caught that, but anyhow, all right. So girl 0's got to be in there. So it's either, and by the way, 4 squared, this isn't like last night's homework where we're listing the factors. Are we listing the factors? All right, so really 0, 4, 4, 7 and 0, 4 squared 7 are technically the same answer. So we're down to 0, 4, 4, 7 and 0, 4, 7. So now you're down to 2 choices. So I want everybody to rethink what you think it should be out of those 2. 0, 4, 4, 7 or 0, 4, 7. I'm going to ask you to vote in a minute. Think through those 2. 0, 4, 4, 7 or 0, 4, 7. And I'll do it one more time. Again, guy -1 is dating girl 0. Guy 2 is dating girl 4. Guy 3 is dating girl 4. Guy 5 is dating girl 7. The range must list all the girls. All right, so let me try one more time. Nick went first. 0, 4, 7. How many agree with Nick? 0, 4, 7. And then the other was 0, 4, 4, 7. How many agree with 0, 4, 4, 7? And lonely one person against the whole majority. It was 1 against 33, and 1 had it right. It is 0, 4, 7. You wouldn't list the same person twice. It's silly. The range includes all of the girls. 0 girl, 4 girl, and 7 girl. We got them all listed. And so remember that. And I took time to hopefully get you to remember that you list them, but you do not list anything more than once. It's the same person. It's the same number, all right? It doesn't get listed more than twice. By the way, We could also call the domain the input, kind of like a computer term. And we could also call the range the output. Input and output. All right, I better move along. Number 2, writing relations. All right, we're simply going to put each pair of coordinates, put each pair of coordinates in parentheses, and put all pairs in. Say it if you know it. Not brackets. Braces. Quiet, please. All right, so you just do just what's up above. So here we've got an example of a graph. If you want to continue talking, we can take care of that, right? You guys are, when you abuse a privilege, then you're going to make it to where I got to keep everybody quiet, and the first person that talks has to write. Is that where you want to end up, Jordan? All right, I would hope not, nor do your classmates want to end up there. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to list all the pairs. So I started with a brace. I'm just going to work left to right. The furthest left is the point -3, 3. Guy -3, girl 3. Right? That's that point right there, right? -3, 3. Can somebody tell me the second point? Somebody raise your hand, give me the coordinates. Gabe? That is the point -2, 1. Now, I will tell you this. Some people like to put a parenthesis, put a comma between each parentheses. I kind of don't like to do that, but you will see that. All right, somebody tell me the coordinates of our third point. Raquel? It is 0, 2. And somebody give me the coordinates of our last points. Blake? It is 2, -1. And don't forget to close with the brace. All right, that's pretty easy. Nothing really hard to that. We're just going to list them out if they give you points in a Cartesian plane. All right, C. This is going to become a key concept. Use an XY chart. An XY chart. That's Joyzy for XY chart. An XY chart is the X values and the Y values. You make a chart. So here's the question. Use an XY chart to show the pairs of the relation. And look, it gave us the relation as an equation. And it told us, look, there's the word domain. So these numbers are all the guys. The domain are all the guys. So notice they're all listed right here, right? This is the domain. This is all the guys, right? It told us list the pairs when the domain is 0, 2, 4, and 6. So look what you do. You take your equation. You're solving for the Y value. So all you got to do is put in the value of X. First time X is a 0. 3 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. And hey, guy 0 is dating girl 1. We found a pair. Gee, I wonder if I can do this with you guys. Blake. I'd have to know the function, but is there? All right. Anyhow, 2. So put your 2 in for the X. Guy 2 is dating girl 7. Yes. Do it for the 4. Guy 4 is dating girl 13. And do it for the 6. Guy 6 is dating girl 19. And we found all the pairs. Right? We found the pairs. All right, a couple other thoughts here. All right, this next question does it this way. Write the set of ordered pairs as an XY chart for the relation Q where, all right, here's It's telling us what y equals, right? And the domain, so again, I did some of the work for you. Notice I've already listed the domain, right? And I just listed them in the order they gave them. -2, 0, 2, 4, right? From right here, you all see that? Those are the x values we're using. And now I'm going to go through just like we did before. So I want to take this half x, but where the x is, put a parentheses. This is the way your work should look. And the first time we use guy -2, right? So what do you get when you do a half times -2? -1 is the answer. Half times -2 is -1. In the second instance, we got to find out guy 0. I believe this is a match made in heaven. Guy 0 is dating girl. That's got to be a match made in heaven. By the way, notice we don't have parentheses now because this is an XY chart. We're just finding the pairs. If we were to list them later, we'd put them in a parentheses. But this is a date finder. All right, you can find your date. You know the rule. All right, so I got to hurry here. Next one, stick a 2 in. 2 times a half is 1. And the last one, stick a 4 in, and 4 times a half is 2. All right, you got to go a little quicker here. Grab your blue. Let's graph it. Let's graph the relation. All right, so let's do guy -2 with girl -1. So go to the left 2 and go down 1, right? And just put a point there. No letter, just a point, right? At -2, -1. Go to 0, 0. What's the 0, 0 point called? Origin. Great. Put a point at 0, 0. All right, go 2 to the right and 1 up and put a point. And finally, go 4 to the right and 2 up and put a point. Hey, what do you notice about those points? They're in a line, aren't they? Ah, cool. We'll learn more about that in the very near future. All right, got to hurry up here. Number 4. Write the domain and range of the relation represented by the line segment. Uh-oh. They give us a line segment, and they want us to tell them the domain and the range? Oh. All right, it's not hard. To determine each, start at the, what's that word? Lowest, and end at the highest. So I'm going to come in red. Underneath here, I'm going to go lowest. And underneath the other one, I'm going to put highest. Can somebody tell me the lowest numbered guy represented by this line segment? The lowest guy. Raquel? All right, Sam? -1 is indeed the lowest guy. And what is the highest guy? Josh? Guy 5 is the highest guy. We wrote this as an inequality. We've done inequalities, right? Here's what we're saying. -1 is less than or equal to our x's, and our x's are also less than or equal to 5. It means every value, all these guys, not just the big numbers, anything from -1 all the way to 5 is our domain. Hey, get this. -0.5 is part of our domain. You know what? I can even tell you who -0.5 is dating. -0.5 is dating girl. I got to guess a little. It looks like girl 2.7 maybe. All right. You got to guess on the decimals. But every guy from -1 to 5 is the domain, and it's every number in between. So you always start lowest. By the way, lowest is left, correct? Highest is right. Now the y is up, down. So the lowest is down, and the highest is up. So what's the lowest girl? What's the lowest numbered girl? John? It is 1. What is the highest numbered girl? Say it if you know it. 3. So we have every girl from 1 to 3. That's what that says. 1 less than or equal to y less than or equal to 3 means all the girls from 1 to 3. We have all the guys from -1 to 1. We have all the girls from 1 to 3. All right, last one. Same concept. Now I gave you this part. So if they ask you that, that's what you'll want to do. So somebody want to raise your hand, tell me the domain? Give me the domain. Gabe, go ahead.
-4 and 5.
Correct. So Gabe took the lowest guy, -4, furthest left, and ended with the highest guy, 5, furthest to the right, right? Because domains are left and right. Somebody raise your hand, give me the range. Kirsten? And lowest girl is -3. That's the one down the bottom. And the highest girl is 3. And so -3 to 3. Domains and ranges. All the girls from -3 to 3. Okay, you got your homework? Do I have a quiz tomorrow? I don't even know. No, I do not. Quiz is Friday this week, so no quiz tomorrow. We'll go over homework in class and try to get a few things solidified in your minds. Andrew, you want to show me notes? So again, you're showing me that you watched the video, correct? Okay, go ahead. Got it. Yep. So are there any relations going on in here? Blake? Were you pointing to Blake? Yes? Blake? Was I right? That way? Ileana? Oh, Josh. Oh, I should have picked Josh. I know. Yeah, I should have gone with Josh. I think Blake's trying. I keep seeing it in that study hall. You know, some interaction going on back there in that area. That's okay. It's natural. Thank you.